know the woman who was known as the ultimate sex symbol of Hollywood? She had an affair with the President of the United States and boldly declared her love to him in front of the world. A glamorous actress surrounded by fame and success. Yet, ironically, it was her own rise to stardom and the love she sought that ultimately led to her tragic end. Her name was Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe, a name that still echoes in Hollywood. Born Norma Jeane, she became one of the most iconic actresses in history, famous for her beauty and charm, but behind the spotlight was a woman filled with pain, longing, and unanswered questions. This is the real story of Marilyn Monroe, a legend who had it all but never found peace. Before she was a star, Marilyn was just a little girl longing for love. She was born on June 1, 1926 in Los Angeles. Her mother, Gladys, worked in Hollywood, but her father, a mystery. Some believe he was Charles Stanley Gifford, a man who never acknowledged her. Marilyn held on to a photo hoping he was the one. Her mother battled serious mental illness. Just weeks after Marilyn was born, she was placed with foster parents, Lily and Wayne Bolender. They raised her in a strict Christian home, but Marilyn always felt out of place. Gladys would visit, sometimes making promises she couldn't keep. When Marilyn was 7, she briefly lived with her mother, but the home was unstable. One frightening incident left her deeply scared, and soon after, Gladys was institutionalized for paranoid schizophrenia. With no one left, Marilyn was passed from home to home. Grace Mackey, her mother's best friend, became her guardian. Grace encouraged Marilyn's dreams, letting her wear makeup and was films. But when Grace married Irwin Goddard, things took a dark turn. Irwin acted inappropriately around Marilyn, and she no longer felt safe. Eventually, she was sent to an orphanage. She moved through multiple foster homes, each one adding to her loneliness. At just 11, she returned to Grace's home, but nothing had changed. The fear remained. She kept being moved around, forced to grow up too fast. At 16, facing the threat of returning to an orphanage, Marilyn took control. She married her 21-year-old neighbor, James Dougherty. For a while, she tried to live a normal life as a housewife, but inside she knew she wasn't meant for an ordinary life. With James away in the war, Marilyn took a job at a factory. She used to assemble aircrafts. One day in 1944, a photographer named David Conover came to take pictures of women working for the war effort. When he saw Marilyn, he was stunned. Her beauty stood out, even in a work uniform. She posed confidently, and that moment changed her life. David saw potential and introduced her to modeling agencies. Soon she was signed with the Blue Book modeling agency. In 1945, she started modeling seriously. Under the guidance of Emmeline Snively, she learned how to pose, apply makeup, and carry herself like a star. But modeling wasn't enough. Marilyn wanted a fresh start, a new identity. She changed her name to Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn from actress Marilyn Miller and Monroe from her mother's maiden name. She dyed her hair platinum blonde and began chasing her Hollywood dream. In 1946, she signed with 20th Century Fox. At first, she got small parts like in Scudo Who, Scudo Hey, but Marilyn didn't give up. She studied acting, improved her skills, and waited for a big break. To know more about her, watch our part 2 of Marilyn Monroe.